Welcome in, everyone. How's everyone doing? I have got some messages I think that want to come through. I've got no notes other than my own personal experience. Uh, I've got the title. The title of this is going to be The Changeover from the year of the snake, that we have been in the year of the white snake since February, of course, changing over into February of 2026 to the fire horse. Totally different energies, for sure. All of you know that either you or someone else that you know has been through a breakdown this year. Anything that has been sitting in their systems mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically has had to come out. It's come up for review, it's come up for reflection in order to be finalized so we can fully shed that skin. And as I'm recording this, pardon me, December, what are we, December 8th? So happy birthday to anyone out there who's got a birthday today, of 2025. It's these last weeks, and I want to say months, but Spirit always says weeks because it's going to go by so quickly. These last weeks are going to be the final shedding. I feel December is going to be the strongest of that time. And let's move that. It's like right in my face all of a sudden. So something, things that have been coming up have been like right in our face. That was no mistake that came out of my mouth. And yeah, so I just kept hearing this morning, as I'm coming out of my dream state, is the changeover. And I could see this image of over here there's a snake, and over here there's a horse, and the bridging energy, whatever that's going to be. And it's going to be different for everyone individually, but collectively, let's take a look at what's going to be showing up for us within this time span. I thought I was actually coming on to do a 12/12 portal read. I may still, I have a feeling I will not, actually, but we have the 12/12 portal, we've got the solstice, we've got the entering into a new calendar year. The 12/12 portal this year is quite significant. Every year it's about new beginnings, it's spiritual awakening, being aligned with your path. This year, and I feel that it has to do with Neptune stationing direct in Pisces. It's been in Pisces for what, 15 years, is it? And Pisces is starting a new, how many years? It's like 26,000 year cycle around the zodiac, coming in 2026, when Saturn and Neptune are at the 0 degree of Aries together. It's a very significant year. I do feel that I'm going to be coming back on. I'm not sure if it's going to be a live or a recorded session of a year around the zodiac, or yeah, yes, each zodiac sign, but 12 cards depicting the potential energy, which is great because you can always change it if you're not, if something doesn't look favorable to you, or if you want to try to build on an energy for a specific month for next year, then you can definitely have that at your hands. But right now, well, let me go back. So we've got the 12/12 portal, we've got the winter solstice, you know, um, happening in the northern hemisphere. I just kind of went blank there for a minute. Did you see that? Um, and then the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. Why do I feel like that's not right? I There's a big part of me that knows it's right. It's correct. It doesn't matter, but but something's there. So we'll take a look at the energy around that time for all of us as we, change the time of the light changes. Um, I love this time of year for, where I live in the northern hemisphere, that it's just every day gets a little bit later because it's like dark at 4:20. Um, so yeah, let's just jump in. Again, I have no idea what's going to come out, so it's going to be a surprise for me as well. I've got absolutely no notes other than the title, like I said. So I do have an array of decks that Spirit wanted me to use. So we're going to start with uh, the Animal Elders Oracle to see what messages Spirit wants us to receive in this moment from the animal kingdom for the highest and greatest good of all. Spirit, for the collective, as we tie up these loose ends of this 9 year and enter into a time of abundant, fast forward, confident movement in all of our lives. The snake was a shedding of the old identity, the old fears, anything that we have believed about ourselves since the beginning of time, right? And we've been shedding that. Elder Blue Jay, speak up. It's a number 6, so there's definitely reciprocity, balance. Speak up. The blue jay is the loudest at the bird feeder. It is not one that shies away from saying, "Hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm here to do." It's not, doesn't beg for attention, but it makes sure it gets attention. It's not afraid to shine. It's not afraid to speak up. So a lot of us may be going through some throat chakra upgrades. I know I've been going through one since June. Yeah, so the blue jay is saying to me, he's very resourceful. Let me actually take a look at the book in the deck, if you don't mind me doing that today, just so we can get the full array of messages that are coming through for us. Something I read might trigger an aha moment or something within you. So the Elder Blue Jay said, how do you say that? Gichi Ayaya Diindisi. Don't ask me what that is. With a flurry of bright blue feathers, this highly intelligent bird flies into your reading, bringing the medicine of fierce truth. Are there any words you have recently held back or gulped down? When you do, find yourself fearful of speaking your heart's truth. Oh, excuse me. When do you find yourself fearful of speaking your heart's truth? Elder Blue Jay is here to ask you to be fully honest with yourself and to find your voice. Blue Jay is a very distinctive call that echoes through the trees. It's a call that commands attention and invites us to listen. A powerful mimic, this brilliant bird can even imitate a human's voice. I did not know that. This elder's precise call reminds you that even if people might not be ready to hear your truth, your words are here to initiate change. Like planting seeds, yeah? And the frequency, I was told that years ago by my guides that the frequency of and the tone of my voice is more important than what I say, or just as important as what I say. I've had multiple upgrades on my throat chakra in the last 13 years. So it's a lot deeper than what it used to be. And I hear it differently. It has a different vibration as I'm speaking in the outer part of my ear. It's been really fascinating to witness over these years. This medicine, in speaking your truth and not swallowing what you know to be true simply to keep, there is medicine in speaking your truth and not swallowing what you know to be true simply to keep the peace. The path of truth invites you to root fully in your integrity. It's not always the easiest or most comfortable choice, but Elder Blue Jay can help you to dig deep and say what you mean, not just what you think others want to hear. Oh, that's been coming up for me lately. When you share the wisdom that has been vibrating in your heart and soul, the whole world benefits. Trust the words that are waiting to be expressed, for they are blessings for all of creation. And the creator of this deck sat in meditation with each animal, and this is what the blue jay said to her. I carry a powerful vocal medicine and offer it to you. Invoke me when you need assistance in bringing the words of your belly and heart to your lips and tongue. People may turn away from your truth, but your words will land for them when they are ready. My bright blue feathers activate your throat, opening the portal for your bold expression. Call upon me when you want to get your point across clearly. Once you know in your heart that you must speak, there is no going back. So, what do you got to say? What do you got to say? I love that. What's next? No more holding back. No more holding back. No more biting our tongues. Especially, I do want to say there from his personal experiences, especially when we're in the presence of another's energy that is so strong in their lower mind frequency, if you know what I mean. Those people who cling to their shadow, like with a death grip. Just got a deja vu. I must have said that before in one of the last videos, or to somebody in a reading. But when you're in the presence of someone who's not on the path as you are, everyone's on the path, right? But just at a different level. When they're flying at a different frequency, oftentimes I find myself biting my tongue. I mean, I've got the truth. It's like right there, and it wants to come out very compassionately, very with integrity and honesty and empathy, but then I feel this boiling in my belly that it's like, boy, if I don't keep that in check, it's going to come out and it's going to be hurtful. Or it's just going to come out in a way that they're going to process it in a totally opposite manner than what I had intended, which of course, I understand that how they receive is not my job. My job is to express it. Our job is to express it with integrity and with truth and with compassion, right? So I've been biting my tongue, but I did have an opportunity the other day to speak a truth, and it came out so eloquently, not to pat my own back, but I even was like, oh, wow, how come I couldn't say that like that a few months ago? There was just something, maybe it wasn't time for that person to hear it. And possibly, maybe it wasn't the time for me to even say it, because I had to settle down in some other areas for myself, right? So always a purpose, always a reason behind everything. But I feel like when we are in the presence of very strong negative energy, we do tend to hold back who we are, our truth, what we're knowing and seeing and hearing. So Blue Jay is not going to let us get off the hook that easily, right? All right, let's take a look at the Gateway Activation Oracle. Where are we? Well, I think that one wants to speak. Those two. We've got two of them. We've got Sirius Star Beings. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. So that kind of goes alongside with there's more blue, isn't there? So allow yourself to be seen. The Blue Jay's not afraid to flaunt its, very vibrant blue color, right? Its feathers. And going into 2026 is, yes, it's time to move forward. Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives and freedom. So this is where we are. We're right here. Yeah? We're right here. We're still clearing everything out of our system before we step into this new timeline of the year of the fire horse. Very interesting that the colors are kind of opposite for me. Like this is more fiery and this is more calming and soothing, a little more quieter like a snake would be. But and snakes are, what are they, cold-blooded? Is that what they say? I don't know. And this is more like, like just has that fire energy of the horse. But that's where we're at. We are clearing up all the old remnants from this year and from years past. But man, I'm just telling you, this year has been freaking huge, on all levels. So wanted the heat on. It's been so cold in here, and it hasn't been running. I sit down to do this and it just won't turn off. So I had to adjust a few things. All right, where were we? I don't know. Is there anything in here in the book? I'm hearing no. Okay, no, I'm hearing no, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for those cards. This deck, I'm not quite sure why this deck wanted to come out. So let's, I think I want to do with this spirit, I want to do an energy, one card for December, one card for January, and then one card for February. When do we turn? Was it February 7th? These change? I think it's February 7th. I don't know why that's coming up, but I think that's the date when we change over to the fire horse. And it's, think about that. We're changing over into very fiery, passionate energy from a very slow slaw. It's been a slow slawing off of this stuff, even though it's felt overwhelming to the body and to the mind as well. But it's been a long year doing that, even with the time glitches and jumps, and sometimes it feels like it's speeding up and other times it's dragging. It's just, the process. You think about it, we've shed the skin, right? The old identities. And the new skin hasn't quite gone into place, grown into place, right? Gonna feel a little raw. Might feel a little naked. Like that, feeling very vulnerable, right? To the elements, very sensitive. Ooh, yeah. So that's been coming up for me. It's like sensitive. Like even I've got to choose certain clothing. And thank God I've got it. But it's just like some days I can't have anything on. No bracelets, nothing. I'm very highly sensitive all of a sudden. As I, go through this final transition and get ready to put on that, grow that new skin, that becoming, and just shoot out of the gate like we're going to be doing. It's going to feel, that fire horse might come in very quickly, and we're going to need to use our discernment and our discipline, self-mastery, and to know when to take that action. And we've been prepared for all of this, right? But let's be honest, we still live in a human form, and that aspects of that might have a say. Well, let's just say this. It's funny. It's not, haha. I've got the Lovers coming out for December. For many in the collective, this could be a reconnection with a twin flame. Could have a divine soulmate coming in. It says, first of all, it's called the 17th path, the Lovers. Humor, choices, and intelligence. Choosing from the heart, using the heart and the mind together, bridging them together. Coherence. Coherence is, I'm hearing, coherence. Inner masculine and feminine energies. It's got the Gemini sign in here, and we've just had the full moon in Gemini. For January, Spirit. Thank you. The Chesed, I don't know what that means. It says mercy. What is he? Kind of reminds me of a little bit of like the King of Wands. Could be the Emperor energy. It's a number 4. Abundance, gratitude, big ideas, and there comes a unicorn, right? We've got the horse coming in. I'm going to look very clearly at this because I'm going to see if there's a snake on this card. There is not. I was going to be like, that would be cool if there was. There is not. There's a hawk and a unicorn and a lightning bolt. He's got a lightning bolt and a rod in his hands there. I'm going to read these out of the book. So let's get February's energy as we transition from the year of the wood snake, moving into the year of the fire horse spirit collectively. Abundance, gratitude, and big ideas. Oh, they're being very particular here for February. A lot of purple showing on those cards. There it is. For February. Ooh, the sun. The 30th path. Purpose, vision, self-mastery. Look at that. Look at that. There's Thoth. However you want to say it. Thoth, Thoth. Look at that. I don't know. I've got, wow. It's for me, sitting on this side of the camera, it's stunning. It's exciting. It's like, look at where we're going. And we're going further into it because we've already reached a pinnacle for ourselves as a humanity. For many of you, this fire horse energy coming in could align you, most likely is going to align you with your purpose, why you're here, what you're doing. Could be new work. Yes, we set the foundation. Love that. Where's the deck? This is the Tree of Life Oracle. So I want to take a look at the number 4. Let's see, where are we at? Because he's the one who's tripping me up a little bit. The Chesed Mercy. Number 4 of the Tree of Life. Chesed is where you meet the Lords of Peace, and as they balance the Lords of Karma from Geburah, you're being asked to find peace after conflict. So January feels like the calming down, the balm, the salve that, you know, I was talking about how, you know, we could feel vulnerable as we grow our new skin. This is like the balm, the peace, the comfort that comes after being highly sensitive, you know, and highly like electrified, because that's how I feel. My skin, if certain things touch my skin, it's like it's just like I don't know. You're being asked to find peace after conflict or to prevent one. Jupiter is the planet here, the planet of abundance and wisdom. Jupiter has been huge this year. Let's see. The main figure is a king, wise, benevolent, loving king. Seated on his throne, he dispenses wisdom and gifts to those who seek his counsel and can use it wisely. The guidance, support, be it from family, friends, or the universe, is something we could all use now and again. This card suggests you've forgotten to ask for it. Ask now and look and listen for the signs that will guide you, as you put your faith in this higher aspect of yourself. That's the key. As you put your faith in this higher aspect of yourself, magical creatures are waiting to carry your goals to fruition on their backs, wings and tails. A new guide may be moving in, a teacher to help you through a particular phase, or remind you of your talents and encourage you to go for it, which is important because that's the fire horse that we're moving into, right? We're going to need to have so much faith in ourselves and trust in our abilities, and not fall back on the old identities that we've just worked so hard to shed. In order to move forward, we've got to have that courage. And it's perfect. It's perfect. And with this being December's energy, it's like, this is like falling in love with yourself, falling in love with the becoming of you. And just got chilled down my back, and my throat closed up. And yeah, and then this is like the out breath in January. Have mercy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. You've done well. Sit in that courage, sit in that light, and be ready to move forward come February. For a great many of the collective, let's see, I want to see if there's just, and no final words there. It's just like a great bulk of the collective is, when this changeover happens, you're going to immediately see the changes. You're going to see it. It's going to be in your face. You're going to be able to look around and touch it and smell it and hear it and see it. For others, it may take a little bit of time to get out of the gate, right? After a very long, slow, dragged out slowing process. But I feel, what I've been picking up, other readers may pick up something else, but I feel that for the bulk of humanity, those that have done the work, especially those that are aware of what they're doing and why they're here and what this whole last year has been about, or the last 10 plus years has been about, it's going to be like right out of the gate, right? Alright, let's take a look at the tarot. And yeah, that's perfect. So Spirit's pointing out that how I've got the cards set on the table, I've got the sun right underneath this serious star blessings that says, did I say beings last time? I think when but it says serious star blessings. It says, yes, proceed, push through. It's just like, now is the time to shine. Now is the time to not back down and have the courage to really express and be seen. And I feel like with the Lovers, it's in December and January is about us finally seeing ourselves. Not saying that we don't, but who are we without that old skin, and who are we becoming as we grow into and fully see our mastery, our self mastery. Two more, there's the Lovers on a split. Two more shuffles, Spirit is saying. And that card certainly wanted to be seen. 10 of Cups. Yeah, fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment on all levels. Job, career, partnership, marriages. A lot of twin connections coming into union, physical union, between now and 2027. It's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know? Well, I'll straight out of the gate. Two of Cups, the Sun again, and the Seven of Cups. You know what? There's a connection. I just got to say, there's a connection that you thought was fantasy, and it's not. It's becoming a reality here. It's got a new vibration because you've got a new vibration. That's going to resonate for many of you, Spirit is saying. But right out of the gate, this changeover is, again, I'm going to say, you've put a lot of time and energy and effort into you, and unions are coming in. Divine partnerships are going to be showing up, right? Because your vibration is putting out that signal. Wow. We are putting out that signal collectively for these divine partnerships to come in. I am hearing, I've been saying this quite often, and I think I said it in one of the divine readings I just did, the masculine or feminine, can't remember, something about separating the wheat from the chaff. For a lot of you, you're going to have a lot of options, and you're going to have to weed through them, right? Who's aligned with me? Who's vibrating at the frequency that I'm vibrating at, or the one that I'm striving for, or know that I'm moving into? I want to say, I think opportunities are going to be opening up for so many of the collective. There's going to be opportunities to work alongside, maybe going into partnership with someone else. Again, I'm going to just, because it's been big in all my private readings I've been doing, twin flame and divine partnerships are coming online. Again, especially for those who have had one, at least one other go around in this incarnation. What else do we need to know, Spirit, regarding this changeover coming in February? We've got the Hangman. Yeah. Enlightenment. You've gained a lot of wisdom. You've gained a lot of clarity. Got the Lovers. 5 cards and 3 major arcanas already. These two came out together, so I'm going to show them together. We've got the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles here. What did I say? Oh my! I'm getting emotional here. Slow down, Mary Jo. Take a breath. See, this is important for me to say again, that this is going to come so quickly for so many of us. We're going to need to take a beat, ground ourselves, stay connected into the heart space, because things that we have wished for are coming into fruition. Like I said, for many, it's going to be a divine counterpart, twin flame. It's going to be a new job opportunity for others. It's going to be financial freedom for others, for many. Spirit saying for many of us. Man, it's just vibrating right off the table here. This is no small task. This is no small task. Things are coming. It's like the full embodiment of what we've been working for, our higher selves, pulling in the upper dimensions, down into the physical reality, but because we've raised our vibration enough to match it, right? Knowing how to make decisions, not just from the headspace, but I just keep getting this message lately about the marrying, the bridging. Let's use bridging. It's a little easier to say, between the heart and the mind. It's, yes, we can make decisions from the mind singularly, and we can make decisions from the heart singularly, but it's the bridging of the two. It's because you use the discernment, you use the wisdom that you've gained, and then you put the emotion into it, and the heart into it. And what happens when you do that? You create, you draw toward you, you magnetize everything that you've wished for. It materializes. You can reach out and touch it, like I said. You can reach out and touch it. And I do want to say, there may be moments where we're going to be like, pinch me. This feels like too good to be true. Pinch me. But it's not. I just saw a little orb coming right at me. I don't know if my eyes crossed and you could see that or not, but felt like they did. Wow. I do want to say, as this changeover happens, expect a lot of solar activity, X-class solar flares in the high numbers. I think that the highest we've ever had, was it a 7.6, or was it I don't think we've reached an 8 yet, but expect a lot of solar activity. And I say that because of the 3 suns. I've been in another dimension where I actually saw 2 suns, and I didn't see 3, but I saw the 2 suns. But a lot of solar activity coming in, Schumann resonance going to be spiking. So it is important to stay grounded, especially between now and, let's say, March, as we kind of settle into those energies, right? Could be a very emotional time, not a sad emotional time, but an uplifting emotion. It's like, again, pinch me. Is this too good to be true? Just overjoyed because I've got the lovers as they're standing in water here, immersed in consciousness, one with all. And there's the 2 moons. Do you see that? There's the 2 moons there. I've seen that as well. But in the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, and even this Ace of Pentacles looks like this hand is coming up out of a plasmic portal. It's very fluid. All right, let's move on. Got the Chariot. Well, I said let's move on, and we've got the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. Not moving yet, but look at This one here, especially, well, this one does, I didn't see that too, but they're getting ready to pounce. Just getting ready. So Spirit is saying, get ready. I'm going to put that off to the side. What you've been waiting for is going to need your self-mastery. It's going to need your, it requires you to be grounded yet connected to your higher self, to the divine. There is balance coming in. I'm hearing what is meant for you, there's a way. So if there is any confusion, any questions that you might have around any particular area or just your journey in general, what's meant for you is there's going to be a way. Even in times of confusion where you don't see the way, the Spirit is saying it's important that you have that divine connection really solidified for yourselves, so you can, there's no lower worry or thought process that says, well, I can't, or this will never happen. Again, those things may come up. Of course, we are a human form with a human brain. They're going to come up from time to time, but if you're fully showing up, when we fully show up show up in this self-mastery, then whatever confusion may present itself it's like it's immediately eradicated. It's like, okay, here are my options. How do I get to that one that I really, desire right now? How do I get there? Is you start with the ones that are easier, or maybe not easier, but just that make that are more in alignment with where you are right now. So like, okay, so they're showing me these cups as like stepping stones. You can have every single one of them, right? Even the ones that don't look favorable, like, I don't know, there's some kind of a gobby gooby type of monster, and or maybe that's a snake. That's a snake in that one. Is that I can't, it looks like a tongue sticking out. You'd think with trifocals I'd be able to see really clearly, and I cannot. But yeah, so even the ones that look like they may be a little more challenging, you face them with so much more courage, and you understand that to get to to where you desire, you've got to clear out the stuff that's not fun sometimes, right? But when we do it from a this vibration that we're coming into, we're becoming, I keep getting that term as well, the becoming. I thought Spirit was wanting me to do a reading about 2026, about the becoming, and they stopped me and said, no, that's this year. That's this year that you're in now. This is the becoming. And we have no idea what's on the other side, other than the fact that there's no lack, there's no poverty, mindsets, there's co-creative processes coming online to work with the universe to create the world that you desire, because we've removed, Spirit is saying, we've removed those lower mindsets. All right, onward and upward. Of course. Any other messages here? Let's get another row, Spirit. Two of Wands. I feel like there may be a choice point for some. I do want to say, follow your North Star. What you've been dreaming for, you've been being navigated to it. And it has been being navigated to you. Your ideas have merit, I'm hearing. For some of you, you're going to have to map out a course, like I'm being honed in on the map of stars she's got. She's looking at her stars to find, to see if this is the right portal. I've got a star tracker app on my phone that I just hold it up to the sky and it tells me, what constellations and planets I'm looking at. But if I want to find another one, I've got to move parts of it. So there's just something here about you have to map out your course. For some of you, you may be traveling, and some of you may be backpacking through Europe, and you can go and just do it, but Spirit is saying it's going to be important to have at least some kind of an outline of a itinerary or a map to help guide you on different parts and different paths that you'll be taking, because how you're going to be taking them is going to be different. You've made a decision. For some of you, you're still in this decision making. You're moving in a new direction, and it may still be unclear to you. But perhaps Spirit is just waiting for you to start mapping out your course, right? So to me, that says, tell the universe exactly what you want. Where you want to go. How, if you're traveling, how often do you want to stop? What are you giving yourself for a day? Or how many miles or kilometers or whatever to travel? And then what? You've got to have a little bit of something. This feels like a little bit more narrowed into a specific collective energy. But if I pan that out, it's like we're all moving in new directions, and we're all receiving our new maps as we grow our new skin. Yeah, we're receiving our new maps, our new directives. That doesn't sit well with Spirit. It's interesting. They're kind of nothing is written in stone, but your soul knows. Okay, I got something coming in here. Through this year, the wood stake, your divine blueprints have been rewritten. Our soul blueprints, can't say that 10 times fast, have been rewritten. So yeah, part of it may be a little confusing as you move forward, but in self-mastery, you know and you trust that, okay, I may not have ever gone down that route before, but I know that it's exactly what Spirit needs me to go down right now. It's still having faith and trust in the universe, in your own soul, to have, even though we're having a rewrite, the soul still knew about the rewrite. If we had listened, to all the nudges as we were moving along our path, it was already set in motion for us to have a rewrite. I like that. I gotta scribble that down. What else, Spirit? Come on. Page of Discs. Boy, when we start getting going, we may feel like a fish out of water for a moment. But this is where we get to really learn how to navigate this new self without training wheels. Some of you may be going back to school, taking courses to further your spiritual path, your spiritual career, whatever it is for you. I do gotta say, but it's going to take courage. See the pod here? This young being had to have a great deal of courage to get in that pod alone and travel to a world it's never been to before, to learn about the world, to learn about themselves in the world, and how to maneuver the world, right? There's new frequency, there's new terrain. It's taken courage. And we're going to have to start small. We can't just jump in. Even though some of that horse energy is going to feel like it just wants to push us forward, we still have to take diligent steps forward. For some of you, those steps are already going to be laid out for you by time you get to this changeover. You're going to know exactly what direction you're going in. Some of you may not. Or some of us, I got to put myself in there, some of us may not. For some of us, there could be this holdup, a little bit of a pause, a rest, a reprieve, a reflection. I think I don't know if this is collective or if this is for someone in particular. I'm someone who uses their eyes, like their spiritual gift is, the vision, and it's how they may look out of human eyes, but they see with the third eye, which many of us do anyway. But there is a collective or an individual that's going to be watching this, that something about their vision is going to be big in navigating this changeover for them. It's not only finding or seeing a new perspective through the mind space and through the heart space, with the lovers especially. There's something about, it's like you're gonna be seeing like more of the energy when you look at things, the aura of things. Interesting. So I feel like this whoever that's for has this whole year has had a lot of eye issues. Like could have gotten things in their, like dust in their eyes a lot, or felt like there were dust in their eyes, or had a lot of eye visits to the eye doctor because their vision's just not clear, and the doctor's like, yeah, they're really not finding anything wrong, there's no sugar, there's no cataracts, glaucoma, blah, yada yada. So there's, this is someone who's had a lot of upgrades to their visual gifts. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Take it for what it's worth for you. Final card here. And death. Total and utterly full transformation. Yeah. You're going to know. Ooh, just got chills down my legs. You're going to know that you've reached the frequency that you were meant to reach, because the divine counterpart comes in. You're seeing things like so clearly, like when you're not seeing how you used to see when you're driving down the road, like there's a tree and now it's going to be like, oh, there's a purple tree, there's a, you're going to see the plasmic energy, you're going to see the frequency of things. But and the great thing is, Not one of us has been alone. We've all been doing this together. We've all been watching the same movie, eating our popcorn, and going through our own transformation as we watch the world go through their transformation. Again, there's something big coming with solar energy in 2026. I've heard whispers of something, and I didn't read any of the articles because I didn't want to be fed anything. So I'm gonna make a note here for myself to meditate on any kind of big events in 2026 with a note to the solar. Okay. So we've got the sun twice. We've got the lovers twice. I'm going to repeat myself, but divine partnerships certainly coming online out of the blue. Out of the blue, like somebody just flipped a switch. And perhaps that's what this changeover feels like. It's like somebody just flipped a switch. Things might have been, moving along slowly like a snake does. And then all of a sudden, poof, like the horse, right? It just, the gate opens and things take off. Yes. Here's the speaking your truth, knowing your truth, being your truth. Ace of Swords, the Magician. Well, oh my gosh. Collaborations. There's the Emperor. I've got the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords wanted to show itself. It kind of flipped out from on the other side of the deck here. Or off the top of the deck. I feel like this is like finding peace with how things may have played out in different areas of, any specific area of your life. Finding peace with it. Not being oblivious to it, but finding peace. But yeah, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Swords and the Magician. We do have the Devil and the Star, healing from karmic energies, healing from the karmic dredge of peeling that skin away. That's interesting. They're on cell phones. I never noticed that before. But they've got to be tuned into themselves in order to make the contact with the divine. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that without all the lower energies, right? We couldn't do that without any kind of narcissistic behaviors in our life, or people, or toxic energies. This feels to me, holding this card, it feels like a totally different devil energy. This is Capricorn energy as well, so, it nods to the end of December to the middle of January, so perhaps a shift there. But there's healing. Maybe that's when the healing fully gets felt, or more energy coming in, because we've got the Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. And I've got the Emperor here, that wanted to be shown. So this is really, raising your vibration. For many of you, this could be collaborating with others, realizing you've got like-minded friends and, tribe members coming in to build some sort of a business with, to do mission with. But it's communication's got to be clear. It's got to be truthful, like we started with the blue jay there, and we've got the Ace of Swords. Speak your truth. This is the time to shine. Things may move very, very quickly. Again, I'm going to say that because it keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. Anything else I want to say about what came out here, Spirit? They've got my hand on this page of discs, this page of pentacles. Learning something new. Tell me about the page of pentacles here. Thank you. Yeah, learning something new after, you know, this is, I'm just hearing going after your dreams. Going after your dreams, not being afraid, you know, having courage, having faith in yourself, having faith in the divine, knowing that you've already, excuse me, you've already done the work. You've filled all these cups up to the best of your capacity, and now you're moving on to something brand new. And here it is. Here it is. This one other deck or other card. Can't make this up. It's going to take strength and courage. I do feel that this path, this journey that we're all traveling, and you know who you are if you feel like this is resonating at all, if you're on my channel, this self-mastery, that's what this takes, is self-mastery. She is looking at an image of herself inside, right? She's looking at her fears, her old belief systems, and she's calmed them. She's befriended them. She understands them. She has compassion for them. And all of that has made her, I'm hearing the word informidable. I have to look that up. I don't even know what that word means. Informidable. All right, Spirit. Is it spelled the way it sounds? Oop, no, that's not right. Okay, I guess it's right. Not to be feared, dreaded, or intimidated. Harmless, weak, or easily defeated. That's the other word. So, not impressive, weak, or easily overcome. What does it mean? Formidable. Informidable means not formidable, or the opposite of formidable, which is not to be feared, weak, harmless, or easily defeated. I'm getting the word, so formidable means powerful, strong, inspiring. Interesting. This says inspiring fear. Deserving serious respect. Oh, I got it. Informidable means harmless, weak, not to be feared, easily overcome. Maybe it's formidable I was hearing and not informidable, because I'm not resonating with that informidable. But this is strength. This is empowerment. This is self-mastery. But look how soft it is. It doesn't have to shout like the blue jay. You know, the shadow aspect of the blue jay would be, hey, look at me, I'm over here, look at my feathers. And no. This is soft. This is finally at peace with ourselves. And that takes great strength and faith and trust and courage. Yeah. I know for me, I can say the last 13 years, the last 59 years, it's almost my birthday, it has taken great courage for me to move through my journey. Let's get some final messages here. I probably should have said in the beginning, well, you already saw the time before you clicked on this, you know, like, you're gonna need some coffee when you watch this, or some tea. Cozy up with a nice warm blanket. Watch it in sections. If you've enjoyed this, yeah, let me know. I enjoy reading comments. If you're interested in a private reading, you can reach out to me in the description box. The email will be, and we'll work together. Maybe taking a look at your 2026, yeah? All right. Well, wow. Right out of the gate. Radiance. The phoenix rises. That's the fire horse energy. Ready to go. Ready to show the world just how incredibly beautiful we are. I don't have another word. I've got no other words. Yeah, we have been through hell, and now it's time to start showing just who we've become. And not enough out of that deck. Final messages. Angelic activations deck. Well, right out of the gate, got one flipping. Let's see what we've got. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I was getting Mother Mary energy before I turned on the camera. Her deck sits on my table over here with my Christ Consciousness deck, and I was like, are you wanting to come through with a message? And I didn't get a yes or a no, but we've got Mary, Queen of Angels. Do not be afraid, she says. You were born for this. End of story. Trust in your voice. You cannot make this up. Trust in your ability to articulate your thoughts. Trust in your capacity to use and share your gifts. If you are feeling scared or unsure about the next step, this is just showing how much you care about making a difference. Stand in the light of your soul. It is the only shield you need. And the activation is, I trust myself, my voice, and my gifts. I am unafraid. Thank you, Mary. Do have, well, I got this one wants to come out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry. That's funny. You'll see why. Holy Spirit. So we've got a theme here. Miracles are possible. Sorry, I just got to giggle. Your ability to experience miracles is down to your capacity to believe that miracles are possible for you. Don't give up hope. A real turnaround is possible now. The light of angels is surrounding you, inviting you to step into the most gracious receiving state possible. Open your heart and expect a miraculous solution. You are worthy. Know it. I am worthy of miracles in all forms is the activation. So we've got Mary. We've got the Holy Spirit. Do I hear Yeshua? Let's see. Any other messages? Thank you. Ooh, beautiful. Is that the only one that flipped? Yes. Universal energies. Close enough, right? You are ascending. You are flying high, rising up. Stay focused on your mission and know that the universe and angels are supporting you every step of the way. This is part of your ascension process. In order to fully integrate as both soul and human, it's essential for you to face any challenges or mend any relationships you have been putting off dealing with. By stepping forward and facing the complications of your earthly life, you let your soul grow and ascend. The activation is, I support myself in the process of ascension. And that kind of it brings me back to this. It's like, now you're in support of yourself. You've made peace with your shadow. You've made peace with, any parts of yourself that just didn't feel quite aligned with who you were becoming. I absolutely love this, and I've got this little choke in my throat that just feels like, the tears are right behind the eyes feeling. We've done it, guys. We've gone through hell and back. We've watched our loved ones go through hell and back, and we're all rising together. Yeah, I love you. If I'm not back on by the holidays, which I'm sure I will be, but if not, have a beautiful holiday. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Christmas, whatever you celebrate. And if you don't, celebrate yourself. Yeah? I love you. Thanks for being here. We'll talk soon.